Assalamu alaikum guys. My name is Dr. Kaman Abbas here. Today I am going to discuss about the topic of function in advanced microeconomics. Acha, most of the students are very confused about or generally people are confused about why we discuss about the functions, because function is particularly the topic of mathematics, and you may concern about कि यार क्यों हम इस टॉपिक को यहाँ पे डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. देखिए, रेशनल हियर इज दैट के दिस टॉपिक इज इम्पॉर्टेंट बिकॉज इन एडवांस माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स और माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स थ्योरी पर्टिकुलरली whenever we talk about the consumer behavior or means के production theory, so the understanding of the functions should very is very important, and what kind of the functions we apply here at the time of optimizations, it is also important. So first of all, I just want to clear you कि what nature of functions we discuss. अच्छा, एक one important thing here. Uh, my lecture series is totally based on the book that is recommended by internationally for especially for PhD student. Andrew Masculin, and this is a recommended book, and I'm sure after completion of my lecture series you will be able to understand the language of books, because देखिए ये very it is very common confusion for student. Most of the student are not able to understand the language of the books, because sometime in the books we use a set notation that is called basically the language of topology, means के book literature is based on topology language, that basically you should have the understanding of the some mathematical concept. तो उसके लिए हमें ज़रूरी है कि we should use these kind of the language and these topic in during our lecture series. So inshallah, whenever you understand this lecture, so I'm damn sure कि you will not feel any kind of difficulty at the time of reading that book. So first of all, now come to the topic. Topic was here is that function in microeconomics. So whenever we discuss the function is microeconomics, in microeconomics theory, there are some important functions. What are some important function here is that concave and convex. So whenever we have concern about optimization, optimization means ke either we have the objective of maxima or minima. So these are two important topic of optimization, so you should clear about the function of concave and convex function. And today we will focus towards the concave functions, then we will go in detail of further other functions. Now, another kind of functions which derive from these two functions. What are these functions? Cosine, concave, and cosine convex. Up now, I am 100% sure you will have a question in your mind. Okay, what is the meaning of what is the difference between these two nature of function? Concave, convex, and quasi-convex and quasi-concave, and why we assume or we go in detail or in complexity of these functions. I will clear you, because it will clear it create a very confusion, it create a confusion among the student ke what is the technical difference between concave and quasi concave functions. We will discuss in detail. Now, second important nature of function which we will focus here, homogeneous functions. Third one is function. Again, there is some confusion regarding these two nature of function. What is the technical difference between homogeneous and homothetic function? And similarly, what is the difference between concave and the quasi-concave functions? So my lecture series will based on these four nature of functions, and inshallah I will divide my lecture will be divided into four parts. In the first part I will cover the concave function. In the second part of my lecture series I will cover the quasi-concave, and the third one is homogeneous and then homothetic function. And again, these functions very frequently used whenever we have a discussion of production theory and consumer theory. So I think you have to be clear about these nature of functions. Although these are the mathematical concept, but why these mathematical concept are applied here at the time of advanced microeconomics theory, or at the time of discussion of the consumer theory, or at the time of the discussion of the producer theory, we will discuss in detail here. Okay, now I start about the concave function. Okay, first of all, we have to write some technical definition of concave function. For example, let's say consider the n consider the function of n variables, that is f x1 x2 and so on xn. Clear? So any n variable functions can be defined in this way, and I know this is called domain. Domain of function. Okay. Acha. What about this one? N variable functions. Clear? And this n variable function is is defined over the domain of A, that is the subset of positive real number, positive and real numbers. So we can write it A is subset of positive and real number, right? Up now. So we can write it this. So in set notation, we can write A is a function of xi belongs to n such that xi greater than equal to 0. Okay. A is a subset or I can call it the convex set. A is convex set of positive real number. Okay, now you will have a question कि why I'm using the word convex set here. So don't worry, we have a separate lecture series about the nature of sets, what sets are convex sets and what are non-convex sets. And I will focus about why we use a property of convex set in microeconomics. We will discuss in detail, and I have a separate lecture about this convex set or nature of sets. Okay, now so this one. So what is, I assume, consider the function of n variable. N variable consists of x once goes to n positive real number and is defined over the domain of A, and A, this is all the elements of A, and that is the subset of positive real number. So how can write, means that these are the subset of positive real number, or A is also a convex set of positive real number. Clear? Now it means कि according to this concept, the definition of convex set become this. This is the definition. Definition. What is the definition? Definition is that the function f, function f is a function of a defined over the positive real number is defined over the positive, defined over the convex set of positive real number. Okay, so positive real number is concave if and only if, is concave if and only if what, alpha x plus 1 minus alpha x dash greater than equal to alpha fx plus 1 minus alpha fx dash. What does that means? Functional value of convex combination. This is called convex combination. And convex combination means that we join two element of set with any linear combination. For example, I just clear you. Okay, let's say this is the set. This is the set. अच्छा, अब now आपके जहन में ये क्वेश्चन होगा कि why I'm going to draw this kind of function. So just I am briefly explain you all regular shapes, in all geometrical regular shapes. For example, triangle, square, circle. These are the standard regular geometrical shapes. We called these are shape of convex sets. Why these are called the shape of convex sets? Because when we take, for example, acha, set basically is what? Set is collection of elements, and these collection of elements may have any geometrical shapes. What kind of the geometrical shape means that they arrange in any kind of shape. For example, if you have a set of uh, elements which are arranged in this shape, and we assume that, for example, this is the set X, okay, and this set X has these two elements x and x dash. हमने assume कर लिया. अब it has these two elements, and if we join these two elements with a linear line, when we join these two elements with a linear line, so this is called linear combination. What this is called? Linear combination. And all elements lie on this straight line. These will be the part of this set itself. Means ke, for example, we assume that ke x double dash lie on this straight line, x triple dash lie on this straight line. These all x double dash and x triple dash is the part of the set X. So I can write this ke x dash, x double dash, x triple dash belongs to set X. I can write this way. If these all combinations belongs to this set, we called this set is convex set. अब मैं इसकी डिटेल में नहीं जा रहा, डिटेल में मैं बाद में जाऊंगा. तो अब नाउ बिकॉज आई हैव टू क्लियर दिस पॉइंट हियर. अब अल्टीमेटली, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, this is x and this one is x dash. So if we take some elements of x or x dash, so I can write, for example, I select a point here. So I say that we have certain point of set x and set x dash. So how I can distinguish? I assign a share. Okay, let's say alpha x dash means that it has an value of x which is assigned by x alpha x plus 1 minus alpha x dash. So any linear combinations is represented by this way. This is linear combination of elements of set x, x and x dash. So अब what should be the value of alpha? क्या होनी चाहिए अल्फा की वैल्यू? भाई अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैं कहता हूं कि भाई इसका मतलब है अगर मैं लेट से इसको जीरो कर देता हूं, तो व्हाट डज इट मीन्स? ये भी जीरो हो जाएगा. अब जब ये जीरो हो जाएगा, ऑल द वैल्यूज in this linear combination will be the part of x dash. this linear combination will not have any element of set any element of this element, यानी इसके अंदर x का कोई भी कॉम्पोनेंट या एलिमेंट नहीं होगा अगर अल्फा इज हियर 0, एंड वाइस वर्सा if we assign the value of alpha in middle of 1 and 0, for example 0.5, so what does it means ke it means ke this linear combination has some value of x and some value of x dash y, because 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5, so some elements from x dash and some element from x, so it means ke value of alpha should lie, I can write here value of alpha belongs to 0 and 1 or lies between 0 and 1. Okay, so now this is the definition of alpha. Now move another way. For example, let's say मैं इसको जरा यहां से रब कर दूंगा. अब मैंने फॉर एग्जाम्पल इसको अब मैं क्या लिखूंगा, ये क्या है, फंक्शनल वैल्यू ऑफ व्हाट वाज दैट, लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन या कन्वेक्स कॉम्बिनेशन, लीनियर कन्वेक्स कॉम्बिनेशन. ठीक है, फंक्शनल वैल्यू ऑफ लीनियर कन्वेक्स कॉम्बिनेशन. आई कैन राइट दिस एफ alpha x plus 1 minus alpha x dash, it is functional value of linear combination or convex combination. Why I am writing here? Because we have discussed that linear combination is also a convex combination of two elements within a set. Clear? Yani linear combination is a convex and a convex combination of two elements within a set X. Or what are the elements? Elements are X and X dash. Okay, so now I can write here. So ultimately, what does it means? For example, so this is the linear combination, and what about this one? Yeah, what can I write here? This is sum of two functions. Am I right? Sum of two function, yani sum of two function, what, function of fx and function of fx dash. Okay, now we put here definition of linear combination of sum of two functional value of linear combination. So I can write here so sum of functional value of linear or convex combinations. So sum of functional value, yani functional value of convex combination should be greater than sum of functional value of convex combination, then function is called concave. now repeat again. The function f defined over the domain of A, okay, and A is a subset of any positive real number, over defined over the convex sets of positive real number, is concave if and only if this condition is proved or hold here. Now graphically, how I can explain this condition? First of all, like this one, okay, this is set X, okay. Now this set X belongs to this set X. Yeah, I can write Xi. So Xi equal to X1, X2 and so on. Here I use so on. अच्छा, यहाँ हमने xi को x dash और we can write xi is a set of x and x dash, क्योंकि हमने x और x dash use किया. Okay, that's why I'm writing here. Now take two value x and x dash. Okay, yes, take two values. This is linear combination. I have explained here. Alpha x plus 1 minus alpha x dash. So what about this one? This is the functional value we have discussed here. Alpha x, sorry, plus 1 minus alpha x dash. This is the functional value. And this is the functional value. Okay. अच्छा ये लेट मी कंप्लीट, लेट मी क्लियर यू. ये जरूरी नहीं है मैं यहाँ लूँ, कॉन्वेक्स कॉम्बिनेशन पीछे भी हो सकता है, बस इस लाइन से अबव होगा. क्लियर? तो इसलिए ये कंफ्यूजन कि मैंने यहाँ टॉप ऑफ द फंक्शनल वैल्यू में क्यों नहीं लिया है, तो लेट यू क्लियर. ठीक है, तो अब इस पे क्या हो गया, ये हमारे पास एफ एक्स एंड सिमिलरली दिस वन. ओके सॉरी, तो ये दिस इज एफ एक्स dash. What about this one? This one is right same. यहाँ लिखता हूँ, क्या लिखा कि अल्फा एफ एक्स प्लस 1 minus alpha f x dash. Okay, so this function is called strictly concave function. Strictly concave. And similarly we have concave which is not necessary it is strictly concave. जरूरी नहीं है कि वो strictly concave भी हो. How? इसके लिए हम कह सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे x is not strictly equal to this one, means के ये strictly एक दूसरे के बराबर नहीं है. तो this condition is hold here, so it means के you have a strictly concave function. अब वो भी बताऊंगा कि व्हाई वी अज्यूम स्ट्रिक्टली कनकेव और व्हाट इज कनकेव ओनली. Yeah. What does it mean? Xi. Xi. What does it mean? So you should see here alpha x plus 1 minus alpha x dash. So if this definition is hold, alpha, and what about this? It is again the functional value of alpha x plus 1 minus alpha x dash. This value is this one equal to, sorry, greater than equal to alpha f plus 1 minus alpha fx dash is concave, not strictly concave. अब why we assume that कि function is concave or strictly concave? देखें, in mathematics we have two important concepts whenever we have a point of maxima. One is called global maxima and another one is called maxima. In mathematical terms, these are called neighborhood points. अगर for example we have this one, यहाँ मैं प्लॉट कर रहा हूँ, सॉरी यहाँ मैं देख रहा हूँ, इसी में देख रहा हूँ, इसको मैं मिटाकर जस्ट अ मिनट, दो मैंने ये लिया, ये एक फंक्शन है, अब ये xi था, व्हाट डज इट मीन्स, इसको थोड़ा सा अब ये एक x है, इसको मैंने लिया x बार. सेलेक्ट एनी टू नेबरहुड पॉइंट्स. नेबरहुड पॉइंट मींस कि इसके दो बराबर के पॉइंट्स सेलेक्ट कर लेता हूं x बार के. तो चले कंफ्यूज होंगे आप, मैंने इसको x ही ले लिया, x के ले लेता हूं, ये मैंने दो नेबरहुड पॉइंट लिए, ये लिया, ये एक और नेबरहुड पॉइंट लिया. अब यू कैन ऑब्जर्व दैट द फंक्शनल वैल्यू ऑफ f x dash equal to fx equal to fx double dash, all are equal to each other, and these values are at the maximum value of function. All values are maximum value of function, but all three values are equal to each other. So we say that you have maxima but not a global maxima. हम इसको global maxima नहीं कहेंगे. तो this is not global maxima. Global maxima means that if you have like this one, so observe here. Here you will have fx is strictly greater than fx dash equal to fx double dash. So in microeconomic theory, why we talk about the strictly concave function? Because one important definition of Marshallian demand function or Hicksian demand function, when we have a optimization through utility function, our function should be well defined or well behaved function. So for the well behaved or well defined function, this is one important property is that your answer should be unique answer. To get a unique answer, you required a global maxima instead of maxima. So that's why your function should be a strictly concave function. Another important logic here or argument here, when we talk about the rationality, rationality is concerned about that your behavior, your psychological behavior should be consistent, continuous, and you have a property of the comparability. What is the comparability is that if you select one choice of bundle among the multiple choice of bundle, so you know that that choice of bundle maximizes your utility. All other choice of bundles are not maximizing your utility. So that's why you required a unique answer. So as far as rationality is concerned, as far as property of the Marshallian or Hicksian demand function is concerned, you required a unique answer. So for this purpose, we assume that our function is a strictly concave function instead of is concave function. So now guys, in the coming lecture, I will focus about the what is the technical difference between quasi-concave function, and hopefully I am sure when you will able to understand the concept of the quasi-concave and concave function, automatically you will be able to understand the quasi-convex function as well as convex function. And after quasi-concave function, inshallah, we will move towards the function of homogeneous function and homothetic function. Let me clear you whenever you will be able to understand the concept of the homogeneous function, and you will not confuse about anywhere how you can distinguish about the homothetic and the homogeneous function. Thank you so much. Hopefully, if you have any question, you can ask me, and please subscribe my channel and give a comment. Thank you so much.